right? And so of course, everybody's saying they don't want the high schoolers here. I get that. I don't want my high schoolers in a place that is not conducive to their learning. I get that they should have their own building. You're absolutely right. And I hope you have my permission for that. Are you recording me? No, he's recording me. Yes, but if he doesn't have my permission for that, so that's why I'm saying that.
Okay, well,
okay. So as I was saying, we're giving the teachers that opportunity to take a look at it and give us feedback. Once that happens, we're going to collaborate. They're going to give us an opportunity. They're going to tell us, you know what, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense. And I'm going to say again, they've all said, not all of them, I take it back. A few have been vocal saying, we don't want them. Is there another option? A few of the teachers after the meeting gave us some different things to think about. So we're going to be talking about those and seeing are those viable options for what we're talking about, right? And so I can't talk about them because I want to make sure that they make sense. But again, it wasn't the intention. Excuse me.
How did you get this proposal?
Because it's what made sense at the time. So we're looking at what the space is.
So you did your research before you put the proposal together.
Let me finish. So what we're saying is that we wanted to make sure that the teachers give us feedback because as we're looking at the rooms, we were finding that some of the rooms were actually not on the floor plan that they had, right? And so when last year there was a floor plan that was done by the staff here, and we're going to take theirs and compare it to make sure that what we have and what they're saying we're supposed to be will be aligned, right? Once we do that, we're also going to share with the teachers a few things. They asked for a list of schools across the city that have co-located and have done pre-K through 12. So we're going to provide them with that. We're going to tell them, we're going to let them know whether they're level 2, level 3, when they co-located and what they are now, to give them statistics. We're also going to give them, what was it?
If the model has worked.
If the model has worked, so that they have information.
How many models would they have?
So why not put the proposal on hold?
Exactly.
Get all that. And
They
now
should have done that from the beginning.
Talking about it.
Exactly.
You do realize that the kids currently share this auditorium, the gym, the cafeteria, and a bunch of other things, and sometimes they don't have access to them because those places are booked. How are you going to get those other
I don't understand. You have all these compromising with Saucedo, but you have not taken Tepozcali into consideration. We're already sharing auditorium, gym, okay? Tepozcali, right next door. Okay, so if we have all this damn space available that's magically appearing from Saucedo and from you guys, how come we don't have the space for our kids? We're having music in our computer lab on top of our brand new computers that we got.
No, but last week we had a special ed teacher from Tepozcali. They're teaching in the hallway.
They are teaching in the hallways. They're teaching special ed in the hallways.
And why not
Okay?
decrease
So
our
we have all
classroom
these
size?
space. Why not give it to the school that's already here sharing? Do I need to say it in Spanish? I'm sorry.
Are you paying attention?
Excuse me, are you paying attention to me? Because you wanted me to voice my concerns, and I'm voicing them. And I'm really passionate about it. Because I'm passionate about it. Because you guys are just trying to marearnos with your, now we're asking teachers. Now we want to take consideration. All right? You're taking consideration my bus. Okay? My kids are being taught in a hallway. Where you have space for more kids. Come in.
So there is a memorandum of understanding between
So if you have extra rooms, why not give them to Tepozcali so they do have a music room to be taught in? So they have special kids with special. Look at me when I'm talking to you, okay? No, just look at me.
So
Because this is aggravating me when you're looking at her. She has nothing to do with my kids' needs. She's so Saucedo. She's not even connected to my school.
But what I'm saying to
Technically, you talking to her has nothing to do with me.
it has everything to do with you. Because what we're talking about is that there's a memorandum of understanding between Tepozcali and Saucedo. So Tamara and
You're bringing new kids into this building when my kids should have that priority because they're already here.
Why are the teachers last to find out when they're in the front lines and they know how everything functions?
Every single, the state reps, senators, even Congress is asking at least delay, right? And we have a year.
Put it on hold.
Have a year where we can
So you
have
could
a
do your
community
research.
process. We can actually have a legitimate community process.
Oh well.
for these Can't do right now. They've been out there.
So there's so
Like,
that-
why are we
but-
rushing?
Okay, so Sarah,
Yeah.
that's not my decision to make.
No, I'm just asking.
So
You can ask people,
yeah,
like,
and,
can we at
and
least,
so
like-
what? So that's something that you're asking me. I will go to Jim and I will talk to those folks to see what we can do. I cannot give you an answer.
Because like so far, like even the letter that came out, it was like look, the LSC supported it,
I
the
hear you.
LSC didn't support it, and a lot of the questions are things they don't know. Like they didn't know about the special ed, they didn't know about these other things. It's because they haven't talked to the stakeholders. That's why we want time. We want time for community creative proposal. Because we're the ones in the school. We're the ones in the neighborhood. You know, it should be coming from the neighborhood. It shouldn't be.
So that's what I was explaining to moms, was that today we had this conversation. And so that's the beginning of the conversation, and I'm not saying it's the end of it. It's not up to me to decide what happens next. But we take notes. Jim was taking copious notes. He was sending his notes to folks that needed to hear things so that we can get some, so we can begin moving
So
forward.
our concern, if we looked at like CPS, I'm not just talking about you, I'm talking about
Yeah,
the Board of
in
Ed, CPS in general. You look at the history of co-locations, closures. You know, I went to a bunch of those hearings on the 50 school closures. Every single person spoke against, you know, vehemently, and they still closed all the schools. So our concern is no matter if there's no one who spoke for it, that even if we just speak at hearings, it's not enough for CPS to stop it. The only school that they've really stopped this kind of stuff was Diet, and they had a pump that starved themselves for a month. So that's the community's concern, is that CPS never listens to the voice of the community, of the stakeholders. They do what they want. It's an appointed board, and it's Rom and the appointed board. And so that's why we have to do these kind of things, because otherwise they won't listen. And that's frank, they won't.
You know what?
You all know you're affected by it.
Parents are angry. I can tell you that a lot of parents are angry because they said that they have engaged LSCs and community members months prior to this, and that is a blatant lie. So parents feel, parents in the press release. So parents feel stabbed in the back, and they don't trust these kids, and you can't blame them. You know, when they
even hold our
they say things like that.
LSC meeting here at our own school. We had to go find another location for an emergency LSC meeting. Couldn't even hold it at our own school.
There's no trust. Even now, we don't even know if there's going to be mass layoffs the next week or two. I mean, there's zero trust.
More
within
budget
CPS.
cuts, there's just no trust.
And they're still saying there's no money, but they're opening
You're
more
not at fault.
charters. You
I'm
know?
blaming you, but that's the reality.
I mean, I think we're all in this, in one level or another. Those of us that work in CPS and have to represent it, those of us that live in the community and speak, but
But Alliance Church, they voted down to put that charter in there. They were going to put a high school charter, so it's equipped to have a high school in there. That's one very good option, and everyone could have their own space to grow. And the only reason, even if any enrollment's gone down, was because of these charters. But we're still efficient utilization.
Not to mention, we were under construction since June.
Yeah.
And they are like our school, our principals, everybody had to go outsource for the summer. People had to go, and they didn't know where to register the kids for classes for this upcoming school year because they weren't here for Taposhkali. We weren't here. I forgot what school they were, but they weren't even next door, which would have made sense being next door
because you were being remodeled.
because we were being remodeled. But there's no money in CPS.
I mean, we want what's best for every single school. We don't. I mean, we want what's best for community links. We want what's. My former students were there. I have 3 of my special ed students. They're a lovely school. I love Tepichkali. I love Saucedo. We just need what's best for everyone, and this is not good for anyone.
Well,
So
the process hasn't been.
The process that's the frustration. The process.
I'm
That's
not.
the frustration.
I'm not. I understand that, and I understand. That.
We understand
Trust me.
and we share that with the teachers. We understand your concerns, and we understand the feeling about the process. We don't disagree with you about that. You know, we understand that. You know, we're not standing here, and the reason why we have remained quiet is not because we don't care. It's because
You can't answer the questions.
Because
And you can't fix it either. Exactly.
so I'm going to repeat again that it was a community hearing, and the purpose of a community hearing is to hear what you have to say.
by state law.
And it is. I hear you.
That's the only
So
reason
you're
they do it.
You're absolutely right. But you know what? I'm the representative of the district. I mean, we're all district employees. I'm the representative. I have to sit and listen because that's what we're doing. The young lady that was sitting next to me was taking notes. I was taking notes. Jim was taking notes. The court reporter was taking it. I know.
And who
But-
does it though? We see all those people up there, and if only 2 or 5, we can see their schools. That's how we see it.
I should get fired so that you can use my money to do that too. I get it.
What you asked. I just said
When
general.
heads gotta roll, they gotta roll.
No one has to get
I didn't
fired.
say
just
you. I said one person is down.
I don't take that personally.
Ya está, Luciano, ¿no?
Because I'm a mom and I have kids and I have a junior and a senior and I know what it's like to have to, I grew up here. I know what it's like.
Are your kids' schools at risk of getting closed or getting budget cuts or anything that what our schools are going through?
I hear you. I'm not trying. I am not trying to say that I'm not trying to diminish what you're saying. What I'm saying though is that I understand, and I have kids, and I understand.
Well, then-
I love your school. Trust me, I say it all the time.
Then make CPS understand what we're
I
going
get
through
it.
and why
I
we
get
are
it.
frustrated.
I
Make
get
us
it.
understand.
I get it. Here's the thing. If you're frustrated and I'm frustrated, then how are we going to get anything done? And so I wanted to come back here to see what we could do to have a conversation. I want you to know that I'm listening. So I'm not standing here. I'm not standing here.
Come in here and do a walk.
What is he going to do? Tell me what it is that you want him to do, and what is that the best person that you want to have?
We want the
here to do that?
proposal to be
Who
on
makes the president of the board? Or Frank, was it Clark now? Or the
So-
president of the board. Walk through with the parents and the teachers in the community to see how
I
our
think that's
school
a
is
good idea. Sam.
How about shadow a couple classrooms?
I think
If
that's
you're
a
a
good
teacher
idea.
dealing with 30, 32 kids,
Yeah.
I hear that.
Have them come and see how the special ed kids or any other kids are in the hallways being
Or in the
taught.
staircases.
They don't do special
Because you know what? I could do something even better. I could record it myself, go classroom to classroom when they're outside in the hallways, in the staircases, with their book, no chair because they're sitting on the staircase, so that you could see
So-
that this is what's happening in the schools. CPS has blinded themselves to see whatever they want to see and not actually pay attention to the students'
They don't come to the
needs.
school.
So, but here's the thing, again, and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse.